Hi guys. I figured I'd do something a little bit different for you guys. I'm going to read you a scary story every few days until Halloween in celebration of my daughter's birthday. Anyway, the number one story that I remember as a kid was this one. It's called the Twisted Scary Secrets Between Two Sisters. See, this is a story about a sister that went crazy. And she was scared of her little sister that also went crazy. The story starts like this. I've always been afraid of my little sister. She was always afraid of her. I know that sounds like I must be a real pussy. I guess. Jackie is 2 years younger, and she always has been intuitive. But she sees things. Even now, at the age of 17, she is still tied to my mother's apron strings. And she never leaves the house and still sees things. Everyone thinks she's special. I guess she's special, huh, guys? She lies a lot. I was always an innocent young girl, and she always tried to drag me into it. So she was always dragging her sister into it. Dad told me one day that she told him about an evil spirit in her room. And I guess she didn't know what to think about it. Jackie would come down for breakfast in the morning with scratches on her back and all over her face. She murmured to herself, and we could hear things like, "Nasty demon." Mom was upset and took her to the doctors, who said she was doing it to herself, and she was showing signs of mental illness. One time, Dad found bird beaks that were still dripping with blood, scattered, left in strange places around the house. They were stuffed under cushions. They were inside of coffee cups. And they were poking out of the air vents. He followed the trail of tiny feathers and drops of blood all the way to Jackie's room. My father went nuts that day. I remember hearing Mom and Dad fight what to do about Jackie. They sat her down and they asked her about the beaks. She shook her head violently and chirping and sounding just like a bird and screeching until they got the medicine down her throat. We were all terrified of her that day. I kept my door locked at all times. When I started having nightmares, passing out every time something happened, Jackie was standing there, staring at me with her pale green eyes. Her messy orange hair always creeped me out. But when she took the scissors to it and did a freaky hack job, I wondered if I would be next. Mom was worried that I was going insane too. But when I turned 18, I decided to move out with my boyfriend. I'll never forget that day when I was packing my bags and boxes. Jackie come up beside me and handed me an envelope. And she giggled and backed away as I opened it up. I froze. There was a picture she'd drawn of me scratching her face and torturing animals. I looked up in confusion and saw her pointing at me with an evil grin. "You're the one, Denise. You're the demon. You come to me in the night, in your sleep." I didn't want to believe it, even though I did have problems with sleepwalking when I was little. She whispered in my ear as I fought back the tears in disgust. "Keep bringing me the baby birds, Denise. I like the crunch. If you don't, I'll tell, and you'll be taken away." I tried to keep her happy, but now my boyfriend wakes up with scratches all over himself. The end. I hope y'all enjoyed my story for today. I will bring you another story in the next few days. Until Halloween. See you later, guys.